guys, what is going on? Blossoms back. Welcome back to a very monumental video. I don't think I'll be doing another one of these in the series for a very long time, but I have been looking forward to this one. I've made like, 5 videos in this series throughout the couple of, I think, 3 years. I'm pretty sure it's been 3 years since I started doing this in increments of 100. Well, this is the big one, ladies and gentlemen. This is the big one. Filter, ultra rare, we go to status, boom, there you go. Locked, 1000, upgraded, 1000, fully upgraded, 1000. We have 1000 fully upgraded ultra rares. We're done. Usually how it works is I think I get about 100. I think I max 100 every 6 months or so. But obviously with the past couple weeks, about a month, I've been slowing down with top drives, and therefore the upgrades are slowing down as well. But we did hit our goal, and I don't know when we'll hit 1100. But I'm just really happy to look at that, dude. Locked, 1000, upgraded, 1000, fully upgraded, 1000. That is a sight to behold. My goodness, we've got so many fully upgraded ultra rares that's all sticky, right? Look at this. I can't, it doesn't even flow. Okay, no, it doesn't. There's too much. Okay, is it back? No, it's not. Oh, now it is. Yeah, now it's fine. So yeah, we'll be filtering it in halves. It'll be a little bit easier that way. Hey, before we showcase the 1000 fully upgraded ultra rares, I do want to have a look at the ones that I don't even own. That's honestly what makes me curious, right? So not owned. So go all cars not owned. 63 cars. We got to do non-prize though. So they're 49. So we have 49 non-prize ultra rares in the game that I've either just never unpacked before, or I just don't want to collect because they perform that badly, and I genuinely think that they'll go down to super rare in like a brand new car correction update. I don't know when the next car correction update is going to be, but I'm pretty confident that these 5 cars are going to be super rare. They smell like super rares, okay? They're stinky. I don't want to. Like, this is Lena's collection, and I actually unpacked this car like a couple of days ago, like earlier on, or like in the previous week at this point, depending on when this video comes out. But I fused it away. I'm just, it hurts. I don't know about you guys, but it just genuinely hurts putting 15 ultra rares into a card like this. I mean, I didn't even need to use it for a single Lena's collection level. So if it's not even going to be useful when it's part of a special tag challenge, it's never going to be useful. So, it's just there. I think that these cars are always going to go down. The Renault Symbiosis is one of the few French Riviera cars I've yet to unpack. I think there are only 10 ultras in this update, and this is the only one I did not unpack. So maybe we'll get that one day. The MX-5 Cup and the Saxo are basically like notorious at this point for not wanting to drop on this account. Really, really, really good cars that I've just never had the pleasure of unpacking. The fake R32 is just something that I don't want to touch as well. And then basically everything beyond this point are cars that I've just genuinely never unpacked. As true ultra rares, right? Because I've unpacked a Touareg as an epic, I've unpacked the XC, and I've had one max right before as an epic. And the fact that it is Summer Games is going to give me an opportunity to get it again, which is pretty cool. But yeah, overall, these are the cars that I just generally never got, never unpacked before. I mean, I would like to get them. I mean, you can see a very big correlation here. Most of these cars are X-Epics, right? The Aviator, Legacy, I mean, that you can argue is an X-Ultra. We've got the Volvo S60, the Chrysler Nassau. All of these cars used to be epic, and they've moved down to Ultra. They've been there for maybe a couple of months. Haven't had the chance of unpacking them. Then we've got these two Morgans. I genuinely think that they look like buttholes, and I just do not like them. I do not like look at this. Look at this. This is the left cheek. This is the right cheek, and we don't need to say what this is, right? I don't like that car. And like this is probably one of the ugliest cars in the history of time, in my opinion. I know some people out there like it, but also at the same time, some people actually like the fruit durian, so whatever. But yeah, look at this. Like, it's so like bulbous and round in the front, but in the back, is that what I think it? That's a corner. What? It's inconsistent. I don't like it. Again, the rest of these are just epics. All these Audis and BMWs, they've all gone down from a higher rarity, right? So I've never had the chance to get these cars either. So it is what it is. But yeah, we got 49 cars that we just don't have, basically, if you exclude the prize cars. But hey, this video is about what we got, right? We got 1000 fully upgraded ultras. We'll go through them nice and quickly. Even going through these nice and quickly. It's going to take some time. As always, guys, if you want to know how I upgraded any cars, just let me know down in the comments below. I'm more than happy to answer them. But obviously, like, I can't do it for this video. If I talked about how I tuned all 1,000 cars, we're gonna be here all day. Now I'm filtering it by 59 first because I don't want it to be all sticky and stuff. So yeah, let's begin through the journey. I mean, again, like I said, this is a series, right? And I've gone through this series at least 5 times: 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, and now 1,000. So for example, some of these older cars, like, I don't know, Suzuki Swift that has been around for like 2,000 days, you would have seen in every episode of this series. So I'm gonna put a highlight on the newer stuff I've upgraded. On these cars that you've seen before, I mean, hey, you know, you can say hi again. Skoda Octavia is relatively new. I know that is a relatively new max out as well. But yeah, these are all the Ultras that I have, and I guess this is a great way for you to check, you know, what they look like in different tunes. There are some cars where I do have in pretty cursed tunes, some maybe not. So for example, like the QX80, I think some people would have gone 323 on this, but I decided to go 332, and the reason was mainly because I think this is like a one-trick pony. It's gonna be like a hill climb car for JPT only, and I don't think I'll be using this anywhere else. So that's one of the reasons why I'm gonna go 332, or why I went 332 on that, right? Look at this, man. Like, we're still scrolling through and pretty quickly, and it's still RQ50s. The amount of RQ50s in the game right now is ridiculous. I mean, half of them don't even perform like RQ50s. It's just that they've not been reassigned to a lower RQ yet, which is a little unfortunate. We've got all these Audis. I mean, when you see an Audi, you know that you're gonna go up in RQ because, you know, this is all sorted alphabetically, right? And then you got the Acuras, right? And I'm going to 51. Yeah, what a throwback. This used to be a super gun up to an ultra rare, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, oh, this one as well. I mean, I feel like I always talk about this when I talk about my ultra rare videos, but yeah, this used to be a rare. I maxed all 3 of them as a rare. They went up to super rare, and then they went up to ultra rare, and this was before a time where we had tokens. This is before a time where Hutch gave you back your rarities. So, you know, you go back to 2018, you go back to 2019. If you had a super rare that was fully upgraded and it went up to epic, the fuses, they transfer over. Like, it just becomes a max epic after that. So you know, I guess there is slight progression, right, with the tokens. It's a little bit better that you get your upgrades back now. But even though that's a positive, one of the negatives is that they don't want to do car correction changes. So cars where you deserve to get your tokens back, you just don't, because Hutch isn't gonna, you know, balance the game as quickly as they should. We got 5 of the Opel Atoms. At one point, these were some of the best front-wheel drive off-roaders. This along with the Corsa. Corsa is an epic now, but that doesn't mean the Atom is that good, because they've added a lot more other front-wheel drive off-roaders during the time. So from, you know, when that was good till today, basically. Got a couple of these C Matisse. One is drag spec 4783. This one is not 4985. I believe this is 323. No, this is 233. Never mind. So this is dry spec. To be fair, I don't think I've used those cars much in the wet anyway. I don't think I've used those cars anywhere besides like Ocean City Streets, where 332 is superior. We've got 4 of these fully upgraded Clio Cup cars. One of the best super rares to go up to ultra rare. I know I didn't talk about that in my most recent video of best cars that actually got an upgrade, but the Clio Cup car definitely deserves that honorable mention. This is a brand new one. I recently fully upgraded this one. I recently unpacked this one. It's European Grand Tour. It's been in the game for quite some time, but I never had the chance to max it. This is relatively new. I wouldn't say 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, 22 days. Okay, 22 days. I've not used it once yet though, but forward drive standard at 84. Its time will come. Summer games, I think that'll be a pretty useful car for me. As long as there's any wet track sets like G-Force, Slalom, or Car Park, I think that's going to be a very useful one. We've got the 3 ways of the Civic Type R. Again, this is one that I've talked about before, but if you're new to the channel, basically 3 ways, you know, we've got full house, right? That's how I like to call it. This is the drag spec, 332. This is the 233. And 179, this is the 323. There you go. So all 3 different ones. Remember this one, guys? The Gio Catolo. This used to be like, what was it? 144 MRA or something absolutely absurd like that. Ever since the nerf, it was never the same. This, oh my goodness, what a throwback. That used to be an epic. If you remember that, that used to be an epic. What else do we have over here? A couple of these 640Ds. They were so good, man, as super rares. And I even maxed like 3 of them. All 3 as well. This is drag, this is 323, and this is 233. But I've not really used it that much. Alfetta, again, I don't really use that car anymore. If you're wondering why I have so many duplicates of like very specific cars, it's for clubs. It has always been for clubs. I'm taking a sabbatical, I guess. I'm taking a break from clubs right now. But I don't think it'll be too long before I go back. So, you know, I was thinking like, oh, maybe I could sell my duplicates and get a lot of money and do a big opening, blah, 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 blah. Nah. I spent so much time upgrading these cars. I'm not going to let them go right now. Not like this. We do have the 3 fully upgraded Super Birds. Yes, so the Super Bird was Ultra Rare 1000, by the way. One of these, not this one. Is it this one? Yeah, there you go. 5 days. Owned for 5 days, 0 races, 0 win ratio. This was the 1000th fully upgraded Ultra. It just had to be an American. It always has to be. I think all my Milestone fully upgraded Ultra Rares are either an American muscle car or a Mercedes, I'm pretty sure. I think my 900th, and I always talk about it in these videos, I think my 900th fully upgraded one was I think it was a Super B, or was it a Scatback 392? But it was that. And then like I think my 800th was like a Dodge Charger 3, which we'll see many of later. But yeah, there's always going to be a cool Milestone car. Dodge Stealth was also one of my Milestone cars. I forget what it was though. Maybe 500th? 500, 600, 700, somewhere along those lines, but it's always, I think it's almost always a Dodge or you know, a Plymouth, I guess, that is within this, within that Stellantis, well, before Stellantis even, Plymouth, Dodge, and Chrysler, you know, when they were Chrysler back in the day. But yeah, a lot of really just fully up, the Atom 1 is an enigma. The fact that I've only unpacked this thing once, probably used the word enigma in the wrong context there, but like, I've only unpacked this car once, and I would love to get it more because I think this is an issue. This is 233, and 323 honestly is the way to go for slalom, as demonstrated in the most recent like event recently, that where you could use the aerial atom for like a wet slalom, which was on 3 out of 4 track says. That car was so good. We got a Dodge Circuit EV, all 5 of them. 4 are 233, 1 is 323. We've got a couple Citroen DS3s. Again, I was talking about how that Opel Atom just wasn't as good as it used to be. We've got the Citroen DS3 here now, which is just a more useful car that I prefer using. We've got 2 Buford Genevas, 1 drag spec for 184. This one is just 233. I believe it's 233. Yeah, it is. There you go. I think 323 would have been 86 handling, I assume. We've got some Aston Martins over here, some Porsches, 2 of these prize cars as well. I tend to get duplicate surprise cars when I can, but I did actually choose a carbon fiber over the Dodge Avenger when that came out during the BMW M8. So yeah, I only have one of these Avenger Rally sedans. Do I regret it? Okay, maybe a little bit, because if I had the second one, I could have gone drag spec and use it in very niche scenarios. I didn't do that. But I don't think that's gonna be biting me in the butt, because honestly, this version right here, I've not used for a very long time. It still does more races than days, which is great. But the issue is I was using it a lot more back when it was like RQ64 or something, and then like it was like one of the better cars you could use. Now it's just mid. We've got a couple Alfa Giolettas, that's a great car, a bunch of Subarus here, 3 BRZs, very useful, 3 Desirs, very, very useful, 2 R233, and 1 is 323 spec. This is another car which I really wish I had the chance to unpack of more. The Range Rover 5.0 V8. This is one to watch out for. If you don't own this car already, it is fantastic. It's like the Mercedes G63, but better. It's great. For the long range. For the shorter drags, like quarter mile and hill climb, you still want to rely on the G63, which is fantastic. I got 3 of these fully upgraded along with the 3 CLS 500s as well. Very beautiful cars. We got 2 Maybach 62 Landaules. Maybach. We got a couple Chevrolet Blazers. Again, XT5. This is, oh man. Yeah, GG bros, GG's. For the longest time, I had 2 of these that used to be Epics. And they even had the Epic legacy tag. I have fused both of them away into legendaries at this point, so they are no longer with us. Those were very old cars, very, very OG cars, over 2,000 days old. But hey, I tell myself, man, look, I've got I got plenty really old cars already. We don't need another one of those. Where is it? The BMW E39. Did we go through the BMW E39, or is that in the second half of the video? It is in the second half. Very nice. Well, we'll go to that. That's the oldest Ultra that I've got in my garage. That one I'm never gonna sell, let's be honest. So rarity in RQ. Let's go to the upper echelon of things. So RQ 60 to 64. So now we look at the high-end stuff. And we're starting off with a Skoda, which I think is kind of funny. A bunch of Porsches here, the Martinis. Again, this is one of the cursed ones. I always forget which is the one. I believe it's the 171 top speed. I think this is the cursed one. There you go. Look at that. I was just experimenting to see if that was like, you know, any secret tunes that would make it the best. It wasn't. A couple of Mercedes R63 AMGs, great cars. Hyundai Kona. GMC Arcadia, this is relatively new, so I'm really happy to get this one. I unpacked it about a month ago. This used to be an Epic. I'm really glad to have finally fully upgraded this. Also, I'm not sure if my face cam is blocking it, but we do have 10 fuse tokens that's still there. But moving on, here we go. Chargers 3. Here's the army. 7 of these fully upgraded. Isn't that wonderful? One of those was a milestone. One of those was like the 800 or 700 fully upgraded. Really? Oh, the BMW. I want to talk about the BMW, but I fat fingered that. Where are my Chargers? We go back to the Chargers, then we can talk about the BMW. This is a new acquisition as well. The BMW X5 X-Drive. Owned it for just about 2 months. 12 races, 50. I think it was some kind of special tag. Really happy to get that one. It's a really good looking car, really good looking photo, really good looking card, and that used to be an Epic, so I'm very happy to get that one. A couple of these repeats, a couple of these DB3Ss. This was a very recent acquisition as well. I can't remember what tag it was, but I've owned it for only 6 days. 5182. Yeah, really happy to get this one too, because that used to be an Epic, and it's the RDX. I would like to get the MDX, which used to be an Epic, which is now an Ultra as well. It also was in the same rarity change. It's crazy to think that these two are the same RQ. I'm just realizing this, but the RDX and, yeah, both RDXs are now the same RQ at RQ60. When American Frontier was brand new to the game, there was a clear distinction between these two cars. I'm pretty sure this was a 63 or 62, and this was like a 66. That was an Epic, and everyone was saying that this thing was completely terrible, and I think Hutch has found out that it truly is. It's crazy that these two are the exact same RQ now. There used to be a stark difference between the both of them, because one of the RDXs was an Epic. That's crazy to think about. A couple of mini John Cooper works over here. I'm actually surprised I've not seen that E39 BMW yet. We got the Countach. Yep, that used to be an Epic as well a long time ago, I'm pretty sure. Charger SRT8, Di Tommaso Guar. This is a fantastic little beast. I don't think I've used it too much. Yeah, only 13 races, but it looks like it has a lot of potential. 101 handling, 4.3, and I believe it is a very lightweight car. 1017. I've seen lighter, to be honest. I've seen lighter, but that's not too bad. A couple of Bentleys. I've got a lot of boats. ZDX, yes. EX30 single motor, one of the better Royal Standard tire cars in the game. Very good on the hairpin. You should go check out his hairpin time. Suzuki Kizashi recently got a nerf. Used to be 85 handling, now 84. Levorg though, still at 87. This was a brand new one. I think this was Legrand's. Legrand's collection used to be an Epic. I do like the fact that they're putting a lot of X-Epics that are Ultras in these special tag challenges. Gives you a chance to fully upgrade them. Honestly, already 84 races is actually more than I would have expected from a Skoda, so that's pretty good. Those are good stats throughout the board. We've got the Lotus Exieges, 3 of them, a bunch of Australian cars. We've got the Uncle car, the SRT8, even though I don't think he has it anymore. A couple of these Corvette ZR1s that used to be an Epic. Here we go. Which is the oldest one in the game? This one right here. Yep, the BMW M5. How old are you? 2,893 days. So like I was saying, I feel kind of bad that I fused away those Cadillac XT5s because they were really old OG cars. But you know, they went into legendaries. I forget which ones, but they went into legendaries. They did their due diligence here. In terms of the oldest ever Ultra, we'll always have this BMW M5 to cherish. This car is absolutely fantastic as well. This X5 is so good for us. 117 days, so this was one of the newer ones that we acquired. 48 races, 81% win ratio. That's a good car. This one too, really happy to get this. I actually have 2 of them. One of them was Fuse, but I might actually get the other one and go 323. You know what? This might be Max Ultra 101 323. So it'll be like 4.1 or 4.083. So I think that'd be pretty cool. This is a drag spec version. It is amazing on the drags. Really high MRA count, about 91. Couple of Suzuki C2s, couple of Skoda 130s. We do have 2 twin runs. Now this one's pretty interesting because they're both new, so if you've not seen this one before, this is drag spec. Now I don't think I've raced it once because we've not had many French Riviera events, But I did establish in the overrated or overpowered series that the Twin Run will be a very useful car in niche situations for French Riviera Ultra drags. So I decided to go drag spec, and whenever the time comes, at least I can say that I'll be ready for that. At least the shorter drags. I can't remember if it's the best for like test bowl or 1 mile. I can't imagine it to be. But definitely for the shorter drags, oceans, hill climbs, that'll be a great little addition. Murray is great to have one back, honestly. Because it went up to an epic, and I had it as an epic. It was fantastic as an epic. Won me a couple prize cards. I did fuse away the epic version, so rest in peace to that. But yeah, this is a good one. Very, very good one. I'm glad to get it as an ultra again. 520D, yep, won that. Rapide's got 3 bulldogs, where the bulldog collection is just growing. We've got 6 Zenith E10s. 2 Tamoras. We've got a couple of these Skodas right here. The only oddities car that I have fully upgraded. I didn't redeem the common. I didn't redeem the epic because I couldn't for the epic. And then I did get the rare, but the rare is still stock, and I think it's hideous, and I just hate looking at it. The Roof BTR, the oddities is probably one of the worst things. Like before the Filberto Curators challenges came out, oddities was probably one of the worst things. Then we got the Roof BTR. We've got a couple of these Porsche 968s. What else we got? Yeah, a bunch of Morgans. A lot of Morgans went up to 64, and I really don't know why, because all of these cars, they don't really perform like they should all be in the same RQ, but whatever. A couple of these SL500s. Honestly, this is like the Hudge's favorite Mercedes to add for a special tag challenge. This is the drag spec version, which was very useful in like multiple challenges for me. Harriet's, I believe. And then this one is the 233 version, where we're actually capping it off real soon. We've got a couple of these 340Rs, which again, I disagree. They can't be the same RQ as the Zenith. They can't. If the Zenith is 64, that 340R should be 63. In my opinion. We've got 2 of these Honda NSXRs. I know some of y'all went for the drag spec on these. I didn't. So I've got the 233 with the 98, and I got the 323 with the 97. So this is like the hairpin slalom spec if I wanted to use it for that. Couple of my Charger Scat Pack wide body army here, so that's pretty nice. I want to get all 12 that I own fully upgraded. Currently I've got 8 of them, so that's another one that I got to do. 3 of the Scat Packs. I got a lot of Dodges actually. We're talking about Morgans that all win 64. Dodges, they all win 64 too. A couple of the Chrysler Firepowers, 2 CT4Vs. Very, very happy. Honestly, one of my best ultra pulls from a pack opening this year. I've not had good pack openings this year, but in terms of ultra rares, it's one of the best ultras that we've unpacked. So really happy to get 2 of them. Very, very useful for me. And then the Alfa Romeos cap it all off. So there you go. 1,000 full weight upgraded ultra rares. And of course, I did not forget. I know if Wyatt's gonna watch this video, I know what he's thinking. I did not forget. Do not worry. We do have the Tahoe Custom. And again, I'll just honorable mention, right? You know, it's an ultra video. This is a super now, or is it? Because I decided to keep him. Yep, this is the original Tahoe with the Ultra Legacy rarity. And this is the original Tahoe that obviously won my Dodge Demon, right, for the first time. So this is a legendary car for me. I'm never gonna let it go. No matter what, even if it went to a common and I could still fuse it as an epic, because I could fuse it into an epic because it has that legacy rarity tag. I'm not gonna let it go, dude. This car's OG. This car is genuinely OG. How old are you, Tahoe? How old are you? 2,409. There you go. You know, yesterday I was watching the Arsenal game against Leeds, and we debuted a kid called Downman, I think it was, and he's like 15 years old. And it's crazy to think that if this game just lasts for like, I don't know, 7 more years, that's a tall order. Some of these cars are going to be able to debut themselves in the Premier League. It's ridiculous. I mean, how many days is the oldest car that I have right now? Just out of curiosity, how many years is that? The game is approaching 8 years old, just saying, okay? Like, my Subaru, my drag spec Subaru Legacy can talk now, just saying. 2,908 days. Just, you know, before we end on the video, I'm actually very curious to find that out in years. 2,908 days in years. How old is my Subaru? That's 7.9. 7.9. He's almost 8 years old, bro. Anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for today. I hope you guys have a great day. We're gonna stay safe, wash your hands, and blossom out. Peace.
Bro, this song just makes me so happy.
Me too.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Sit back,